Hey, what's up, guys? My name's John. Welcome to Daily Theology. Mel Gibson blew up the Twitter sphere with this comment, this quote. Now, whether or not he actually said it, I'm not saying that he said it, but it appears that this is something that he would have said. I can't see why they would say this is fake news, but regardless, I want to work through this with you. The only reason liberals hate Trump is that they hate God. Now, that statement on itself could be offensive because you could say, well, no, I just don't like Trump for XYZ reason. And that may be true. Maybe you don't like Trump's personality. Maybe you don't like Mel Gibson's personality or track record. But if we put that aside for just a minute, is there actually a case to be made that humanity is in rebellion against God? And I think the evidence for that is overwhelming. If you've lied, if you've stolen, if you've been angry, those things make you an enemy of God. All people, myself included, are naturally rebelling against God. The idea that marriage can be fluid, that gender can be fluid, is a rebellion against the way God created people. Does that mean that I personally hate people? No, I don't hate anyone. In fact, I'm not mad at you, even if someone leaves an angry comment. As a Christian, we have no enemies. Our enemy is Satan, but people are fallen, and they're actually being influenced for evil. And you can see this by the way they respond to things like this. Instead of saying, wow, Mel, that was insensitive, and we'd like to talk to you, and we forgive you, people are going crazy over this potential comment that he made. I think he probably did say this. I mean, this is the article, and it seems like something that he would say. I don't know why you would make this up as if it were something he said if he didn't say it. And so he's been outspoken about becoming a Christian. And I want you guys to know, if you look at somebody and you say, well, that person was evil, they could never be forgiven. Well, look at yourself by that standard. There's no one beyond the grace of God. No one is beyond repenting and trusting in the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. Not even Mel Gibson, not even Donald Trump, not even Bernie Sanders, not even name the person. There's no one beyond the grace of God. Now, ultimately, each person is responsible to God for their own sins. And in the cancel culture, what everyone likes to do is point to some other villain. It's Donald Trump that's the villain. It's Kamala Harris that's the villain. It's Joe Biden that's the villain. It's XYZ. When in reality, each of us will have to give an account to God. It's appointed for men to die once, and then comes judgment. And knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord, I want to persuade you personally to look into the mirror of God's law and see yourself as a liar, a thief, a murderer at heart, and someone that has not used God's name or given it the due honor, someone that's looked with lust, which Jesus said is adultery of the heart. And look at those things and examine yourself on that day. How will you do when you stand before God? Because everyone has violated the law, and because God is holy and just, hell is a very real, very sad place. But Jesus Christ did what the law, weakened by the flesh, couldn't do. He lived a perfect, sinless life. He bore the wrath of God on the cross. He physically died, and he rose on the third day so that you could be forgiven if you will repent and believe. And that involves making Jesus Lord. You're switching sides. You're saying, I want to live for you. You're laying down your life for the sake of the gospel because of what God has done. And unless God changes the heart, the feet will never follow. So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment below. And remember to hammer that like button like the 95 Theses. God bless.